Shed got a piece of it, but it's out of play.
That was a great execution by St. John. They really came in and had an offensive play right there to get the ball back.
2 more set points for the defenders. It'll be Anderson. Villegas with Kaylee Thomas out of the pipe. Free ball for St. John Lutheran. Villegas goes to Wilcox. What defense from Lake Worth Christian. Anderson puts it down. A fitting end to the opening set. Lampman, the libero, with a terrific play, and Maddie Anderson closes it out. An eruption from the contingent that has come from Boynton Beach to cheer on Lake Worth Christian. First time since the start of this regional tournament that St. John Lutheran has dropped a set. Anderson, the freshman, with a great start. Lake Worth Christian up 1-0. Back at UCF for the 2A championship match, Lake Worth Christian 25-22 in the opening set. Marks the first time since the start of the regional tournament that St. John Lutheran has dropped a set. The Saints have been outstanding in the postseason. Sweeps against Cornerstone Charter, First Academy of Leesburg, Seacoast Christian, and then Tampa Bay Heat in the state semifinals. So an unfamiliar position for Jason Laborde and his players.
I think it is an unfamiliar position. They're trying to kind of move the ball around and they did some great plays in the last few points of that first game. So I can see that the offense, they're trying to balance it out and be a little more effective with those plays.
Stats from the first set, relatively even. Each team produces 12 kills, 7 errors for St. John Lutheran, 6 for Lake Worth Christian. But we talked about Maddie Anderson in the open. Excitement to see what the freshman could do. A lot better than I expected.
I mean, she really does it all. I think I'm just like you, very impressed with her ability to play all over the court. You can see how much court she actually covers. She's very quick. She moves very quick on defense. She moves very quick at the net. That's just probably also with her experience on the beach. She's a quick player. She's used to being all over the court.
And again, you're watching someone who has not yet turned 14 years old. She is 13. Really moved up a grade. Probably should be an 8th grader. She'll turn 14 in December.
I've got to tell you, Austin, that blows my mind. I have a 14-year-old, so watching her play, I know my daughter would be very impressed with what a great, excellent teammate and player she is. You can see she has energy on the court. Her and her sister up there at the net, pretty great.
7th rated player in the country on the beach and 14 and under according to USA Beach ranking. And she comes through with 7 kills in the opening set. Yilmaris Villegas opens it up in set number 2 for St. John Lutheran. Shed right back outside to Anderson. Maybe the most impressive swing we've seen from her so far.
Like I said, she's just quick, so everything she does is fast. From her approach to her arm swing, and then she's there before the blockers can even get to her.
Whips that right arm through. Answered on the other side by Leah Wilcox. An improvement evident in the statistics for Wilcox. She's increased the number of kills she's produced in every season for St. John Lutheran. Out of system from the back row, it's Tanone. Lampman, a great job popping that ball up, and Anderson free balls it over. Relentless attack from St. John Lutheran. Wilcox ends it with authority on those 2 swings.
Wow, she saw that opportunity to go right down the line. She saw the opening, turns her body, and goes right to the left of that blocker to put it away for a kill.
Precise pass from Lampman. Anderson on the right side. That is off the hands of Jordan Chaffin. So the stars for each team on display here early in set 2. Anderson with 2 kills and Wilcox with 2 kills.
You've got such an even matchup at some point here with these players because they're moving around a lot in the front row trying to block each other.
Anderson in the back row, Hannah Tanone. Cassie Anderson all out of sorts as she tried to attack that ball. Results in a point for St. John Lutheran. Block up as Kaylee Thomas got a free swing. 8th grader Sarah Franklin was late.
It was a great setting choice right there. You can see she saw that the blocker would be late and did the quick set. Worked.
For 2, Lake Worth Christian in system. And much better looking attack that time from Cassie Anderson.
That was a great attack by Cassie. She got up there high, turned, saw the hole. You could see the fake out in the middle, and then she took it down on the pin.
Maddie Anderson rotates into the back row and serves for Lake Worth Christian. Back to Thomas. And he rips it off the hands of Morgan Shedd, the setter. Aggressive mentality from Wilcox and Thomas to start the second set.
It is very, very, you can see everyone's focus on the court right here. Every point matters. They're really moving the ball around and going for every ball.
Cassie Anderson scoring for Lake Worth Christian. Back to a 1-point deficit, 5-4 in favor of St. John Lutheran. 25-22 in the opening set. Lake Worth Christian prevailing.
You can see that both teams have really prepared for this match, and the preparation's part of it. You can see the matchups at the net, and when they, the setters in the front row, how they're trying to use each team and work with what they have to push for each point.
Lampman is everywhere defensively for Lake Worth Christian. The libero is a position that oftentimes goes unnoticed by the viewer. You pay attention to the big swingers on the outside and in the middle, but you cannot overstate what she means to this team.
Exactly right, Austin. Lampman is the reason why they're able to put this ball in motion. She's picking up those balls. That's how they get a great setup.
This is the one rotation that Lampman's on the bench. Cross court and in. Good swing from Malia Oliver. Lampman back on the floor in that pink jersey for Lake Worth Christian. Sarah Franklin takes a seat. Lampman excels in serve receive, pass and nails.
Perfect pass. Yep.
Anderson over on 2. A whistle and a double contact called against Wilcox.
That was a great play by Kendall Berry. You could see she had already jumped to block. She jumped twice. She quickly got back up and got her hands on that ball.
First time we've mentioned Berry, who probably has the most fascinating story of any player on the floor this afternoon. She has a twin sister who plays for Boca Raton Christian. Those two went head-to-head in the state semifinals. Berry blocked her sister 3 times, had a kill on match point. Not typically a big part of the attack. There she is free-balling it over. Her and her twin sister didn't get along very well when they were younger. Parents decided to split them up, thought it would be best. They now get along really well. And her twin sister here today, cheering her on after losing to her in the state semifinals.
That is awesome. You doesn't get better than that.
Officials say that ball hit the floor, gives St. John Lutheran a point, and the Saints go back in front by 2 at 9-7. Morgan Shedd finds Anderson. That one hard off the tape. Oh, Wilcox, what a job handling that rainbow bump set.
Wilcox really comes out with the power on the pin. She does every time because she knows she can get up over the block. She's speeding up her approach a little bit. just like Anderson, I think she's getting there faster to try to beat the blocker.
Jason Laborde told us Wilcox, a superior athlete, said that she's frustrating to coach at times because she doesn't have to work hard to be good. Sometimes work ethic is not there that he demands. As a double contact against Lake Worth Christian prompts Coach Terry Kaiser to take a timeout. Biggest deficit of the match for her team. They find themselves in a 12-7 hole. Recruiting Central has all the latest buzz from the recruiting world with analysis from experts across the state. They break down the top prospects from Bay Area and Central Florida. They'll tell you whose stock is rising or how a commitment impacts your favorite college team. It's Recruiting Central, Tuesdays and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. on Bright House Sports Network, your home for high school sports. Sneads victorious in the 1A championship match here earlier this afternoon at UCF. Still to come, we'll have the 3A final between nationally ranked PK Young and Palmer Trinity out of Miami. And then 5 championship matches tomorrow. A busy 2 days here at the UCF Arena. Excited to bring all 8 championship matches to you here live on Bright House Sports Network. Jordan Chaffin to serve coming out of the timeout. Feeding Anderson. Got to give equal time to Lane Grosvenor. The libero handled that attack, but it goes for naught. Double contact against St. John Lutheran.
That double contact was a great thought, though. She was trying to shoot the ball across the top of the net to do a shoot set. So you can see St. John is really speeding up their offense to keep their lead.
Lampman just long with that serve. That was something Jason Laborde talked about before the match. He wanted to play at a fast tempo. He felt like Lake Worth Christian wouldn't quite be ready for that in this championship match.
You can see a difference in this game as from the last one, that the jitters might be out on and everybody's rocking. They're ready to use everything that they've got, all the tools.
In the middle, Thomas. Lampman with a diving effort, couldn't get there.
A great attack in the middle by Thomas. You can see that short set. Villegas can see how her timing is great as a setter with her hitter. The connection they have is spot on.
Pounding it through the block is Cassie Anderson. Another kill for the sophomore. She's got 3 here in the second set. Had just 1 in the opening set. Her team trails by 5, 14-9. Villegas from the back row, Wilcox. Another terrific play by Lampman, and it leads to a point as Oliver hit it right into the net.
Oliver getting 2 overpasses right there. You want that so badly, and you just want to crush it. So that second one was a little bit hard, but, she's young and still working on her game, but a great attempt.
Wry smile from Oliver. Great timing on that set from Villegas. Thomas contacting it at its highest point.
Villegas, her sets are just beautiful. You can see how she's always in position to set the ball. Very quick.
Lampman calls off Tonone. And it's long for Cassie Anderson, trying to convince Jeremy Wiggins, the up official, that there was a touch. None called. 16-10, St. John Lutheran. Saints have dictated play in this second set. Once again, a connection between Villegas and Kaylee Thomas.
There they are, moving the ball around right there in the middle. That fast set's gonna score if you don't get your hands on it.
St. John Lutheran has dictated tempo in this second set. They have been in rhythm. Nice job by Anderson to keep that ball alive.
Great save.
Tonone nearly with a free ball kill. Anderson in the middle. Eighth grader Sarah Franklin got blocked.
Great coverage there by Emily Lampman.
That point ends, but not for the effort of Lake Worth Christian. Scrambling defensively throughout the point. Ultimately, it goes to St. John Lutheran. Terry Kaiser will call her second timeout with her team trailing 18-10.
Couple points. Okay, Sarah, where are you?
Listen in.
Stay on that ball.
On the huddle with Lake Worth Christian coach Gary Kaiser.
Wait, and last split second, just go up and get it. Don't worry about hitting, just go up and get it. You got it. It's right there, right there. Hey, we can do this. All we got to do is settle down, okay? We've been right there before, okay? We're just making too many errors. We're hitting it out. Don't be aggressive. Just don't force it. Put it up and keep going. One play at a time. One play at a time. We got this. Okay? Don't worry about the score. Go to 10. Actually, we got 10. Let's go. Here we go.
As she tries to rally her team, what changes have you seen from set 1 to set 2?
You know, I've just really seen her team is coming at, they're getting a little out of rhythm. She's telling them to settle down, a little emotion. I think they're doing a lot of plays offensively too, and so she's saying just take it one play at a time and really focus on settling down and playing your game. She said, don't worry about the score. Great advice from the coach, because I think they start to get, when they're getting out of rhythm and the other team's gaining momentum, so you really have to keep your team in check here.
Katie Rodriguez serving for St. John Lutheran. This adjustment by Cassie Anderson. She scrambles to get back to left front, and a double contact is whistled on Villegas. See if the defenders can put together a run here late in set 2. Trying to work themselves out of a 7-point hole and unable to withstand what has been a relentless attack from Kaylee Thomas and Leah Wilcox.
They're just attacking all over the court. They've really gained some strength by attacking from the back court. It's working.
Thomas back to serve. Oh, that is a bullet coming over the net. Shed and Sarah Franklin came together as that ball was hanging on the St. John Lutheran side. Chaffin deposits it down.
Yep, she had her hands up nice and high, jumped up, put it down.
Second set has been controlled by the Saints. Tanone finds a seam at just 5'4" on the outside, able to rise up and score for her team.
She has quite a vertical, jumps up and puts that ball cross court, sees an opening, and I'm really impressed by how smart these hitters are on the pins. They're really looking for those spots.
Career high 21 kills for Tanone in that exciting region final against Seacrest Country Day. St. John Lutheran comes right back and gets a point from Chaffin. Grosvenor, the libero, will serve. Has to do a lot more defensively this year with Ashley Laborde now at UNF. Commits the service error there. .13. Shed, the setter for Lake Worth Christian, rotates into the back row. Villegas, you could see that ball spinning the moment it came off her hand. That's the easiest sign that the official is going to call a double contact.
There was a great dig there by Lane Grosvenor as a sophomore libero back there during that play.
Clean set that time. Roll shot from Wilcox. Conservative swing. Chaffin going to be called for a lift.
I thought that was a lift as well. She picked the ball up and kind of threw it. So if it comes down too far underneath the net, you can't do that. You know, your arm has to be all the way extended at the top.
A mini run here from Lake Worth. Back within 6 at 21-15. Wilcox ends any momentum for the defenders.
You can see right here, Wilcox coming in, that high two where she's coming in and they're faking, doing a fake quick set in the middle. She comes in and she attacks the ball. That every time, that's a kill.
Roll shot from Hannah Tanone. Back to Wilcox. Just 5'4". Tanone generates an awful lot of power on the outside. Thomas from the back row. Can't find the floor. Third attack in this rally for Tanone. She's been busy. And here's Wilcox. Maddie Anderson hasn't been nearly as involved in the second set as she was in the first. There with the tip.
That's an impressive play right there. I mean, here's Maddie Anderson. She's coming up. They're ready for her to attack. The blockers are prepared, and she tips it right over where nobody is. Very smart, very effective.
Jason Laborde takes a timeout. His team up by 6, wanting to make sure everybody's on the same page. 22-16 is the score here in set 2. Talked about both of these teams challenging themselves throughout the season. Here's a look at some of the opponents that St. John Lutheran faced. You see the classifications. Spruce Creek was undefeated going into the playoffs, lost to them in 3 in the finals of the Gatortown Classic. St. Francis, typically see them at the state tournament. Santa Fe is a quality 5A program, and we'll see Trinity Catholic in the 4A championship tomorrow.
Right, so a very impressive amount of playing time. You can see all these bigger schools that they've played against and really made an impact.
She's 4-3 at the Nike Tournament of Champions in Arizona. Tournament director told Laborde that they were the smallest school by height and the smallest school by size to participate in that event. He said it was a great learning experience for his girls, and you always hear about teams bonding and coming together on trips like that.
And I think when you know you have to be defensive and you are small, which I played on a lot of small teams and was considered small as I moved up in volleyball, you want it even more. So
Chaffin comes through with a block on Maddie Anderson. Everything has gone right for St. John Lutheran here in the second set. 2 points away from evening things up.
St. John certainly seems to have gotten some momentum here with some big hits and big plays.
Shed, long push outside for Cassie Anderson. The ball gets over the St. John Lutheran bench. It'll be a point for Lake Worth. Just no choice but to bump that ball to keep it in play, and it's out. Good eyes from Emily Lampman. Lampman now a senior. She's the only holdover from those back-to-back state titles in 2011 and 2012. She served the final point in both of those state championship matches. Memory that she'll hold on to for the rest of her life. Leah Wilcox on the right side rips it down the line to give St. John Lutheran set point. Tanone bumps it toward the net, and Shed was unable to get there. Set number 2 goes to St. John Lutheran. The combined attack of Leah Wilcox and Kaylee Thomas propelling the Saints to a strong effort in that second set. 25-18 in favor of St. John Lutheran. All even at 1 here in the 2A championship match as St. John Lutheran and Lake Worth Christian go back and forth. All even at a set apiece between Lake Worth Christian and St. John Lutheran in the 2A championship match. Told you near the top of the broadcast about the story surrounding Lake Worth Christian coach Terry Kaiser, diagnosed with breast cancer in the mid